Okay. And this is what they're going to do if you were just advertising your artist page. They're going to click this. If they don't like it, they're going to pause and leave. And they're gone. Let's be honest. Maybe a couple of them will listen to the second song. Click it. Well, welcome back. It's 2Shell again here. Better known as Shell, Mason, whatever you want to call me. Bunch of different names. Let's just cut right to the chase. So in the last video, I was talking about, at the very end of it, the staircases. Okay. Now, I have literal results and proof that my idea is right. I have a backwards staircase now. Okay. Want to know why I have a backwards staircase? It's because I was on a big playlist and one track got removed. And I took a 3-point dip from 32 to 29 just because one track was removed from a playlist. Okay. One single track. My monthly listeners haven't took a dip because I have other tracks on that playlist still. Okay. My fan conversion didn't take a dip. Everything else is on a climb. Right? There's, besides like all this stuff, which I don't advertise as much. Like I don't work on these as much as the Spotify. Okay. The only reason this took a dip was because I relied on somebody else and they removed it, which it's their playlist. Like I can't blame them for that. It was on there for like a month and something. Okay. But that's why it was removed. And that's why I took a dip. And like I said in the last video, if you trust other people to help you, you're just gonna get punished. Like it's not like it's bad. I'm not gonna probably fall anymore. And if I do fall anymore, I'm gonna be very surprised. I don't think it really. I should probably start climbing again within probably a couple more days. You guys could technically check out my stats whenever. You can literally search whatever you want up here. You find other people. You could check out your playlist stats. You could check other people's stats. I search for a bunch of different people sometimes. Check out their stats. Okay. You check out stuff, and then you can favorite, like it, whatever you want to do, and you have all your stats here. And then you can check it literally anytime you want. Really good website. Completely free. Go check it out. Okay. Not even a paid advertisement or anything. I wish. They charge a lot of money. Next thing. Okay. Playlists. So I'm just going to refresh this just so you know. It's not like inspect element changed or anything. Okay. This is since 2015. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more for you guys and drag this up a little bit, just like that. Okay. And we could drag this all the way down. Look at this. Okay, so these are my algorithmic plays. Nothing super insane since 2015, okay? Just simple numbers. But let's start scrolling down. Let's start scrolling. Now, the first important thing we should take here is obviously the biggest playlist is me. Okay, that's a no-brainer. If you help yourself and you grow for yourself, you have control over your playlist, your streams, everything. You should always be your number one. Why would you want to rely on somebody else being your number one when you could just be the number one? Okay, you shouldn't. Don't do that. Okay. Second biggest playlist that I've got the most amount of streams from. First reason I got onto this playlist, my first track ever, was because I networked. Okay, I messaged them and asked and talked to them. Like I said, you don't have to pay money. You don't got to do any of that. If you grow your playlist legitly and actually have real audience members, other people, like I said, will want to swap tracks and help each other out. Okay. He's a lot bigger than me and I completely respect him. Actually, I didn't even think I was going to get on there and I respect him for it a lot, actually. And he helped me out and he's an awesome dude, actually, for helping me like that. But you guys could do this too. Maybe not on this one because I know lots of your playlists don't have anywhere near my number. But the reason I have a number is because I messaged people and I tried. Next step. Lo-fi work. This was just a coffee one, lo-fi lists. This is just coffee. Now, where it really starts getting interesting is the next ones. This one, that's me again, baby. I am the number 4, number 5, and the number 1 spot on my most streams. Okay. Number 6 is networking again. This isn't submissions or anything. This is called networking. Number 7 was me being added, but I don't even know who this is. Okay. They just added like a bunch of tracks to a playlist and my tracks are in it. Okay. Number 8 is me again. And then number 9 and number 10 is when it starts going to other people. And then 13 and 14 are me again. Okay. The reason why my numbers are so good and why it looks like it's like, whoa, you have 5,844 listeners, 136,000 streams. How's that possible? It's because I run the playlist and all my music's on it because I try to keep a similar vibe all the time when I create songs. So then when they go to these other playlists, so somebody might listen to this playlist and then they're like, oh, maybe I want something else, but let's check out this guy. It's a very small percentage. It's probably only, like I said, as it looks like, there's only 17 people. And I got 5,000 streams from 17 people. Do you guys have numbers like that? It's hard to get numbers like that. But that's because people from here decided to go listen to this playlist. Okay, I didn't advertise this playlist. This is not a single ad. There's not a single mention of this playlist in anything. Okay, it's literally just the second playlist on my like Spotify account, which is this. Okay, it's the second playlist. Now, the next part is, I think I closed it. I've done this a couple times, so that's kind of that's my bad for not having it there. But if I just go over here and I drag it out, daily playlists. Okay, I'm assuming most people that have seen this are on the site. If you're not using this site, you should definitely use this site. Okay, they had an update on their site that is really, I'm sad that they did because I abused it. They lowered the amount of playlists, like gates you can have, which is kind of good for me, but bad for you. So it's going to make growing playlists even harder now. Like playlists growth is going to get harder and harder and harder, right? Nothing's ever going to get easier. The more people that start doing it, it's going to get harder. So all this advice that I'm giving you is literally telling you the most impactful stuff that I've done to grow my stuff. Like, I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm giving you straight out honest facts, okay? What I did is I made a shit ton of playlists, like you've seen in like the previous thing, which is this, okay? My playlist, my playlist, my playlist. All these are mine, right up until this one. The rest are Lo-Fi Cafe, okay? All of these playlists were grown using daily playlists, and they all have hundreds of followers. Now, they don't get any streams or anything, but these ones do. Okay, and they're the first row. Now, I'm assuming, this is just a hypothetical assumption, eventually when you start growing your main one more, and then these ones start growing a little bit more too, then these ones will start growing, right? And if you had more playlists, these ones could start growing, right? It's all cumulative. Like, the more you work and the more effort you put into stuff, there's a more chance that every other stuff that you have on your account's going to pop off because you're in the algorithm. Like, when you have followers, like 892 followers on this account, like, you're in the algorithm. You're there, bro. Like, the algorithm sees you and it knows you're there. So all these other playlists that you create and run, they help you. They help you. It's not nothing like you're gonna not see the results today, but you're gonna see the results in a couple months. Okay. You got to make your own stuff. I said it last video. I'll say it again. You got to make your own stuff. There's no reason why you shouldn't be making your own stuff. Like, it's straightforward. It's really easy. Go here. Now, I'm going to show you how. Okay. So I showed you all my stats and my numbers. Okay. I've had about, where is it here? Here. And then we go release, or I don't know if I could see it on here. I don't think I could see the total, but as you can see, most of my music, the smaller, like, these are newer songs now. Okay. And I know which ones are bad and which ones are good. Okay. I literally have a ranking basically of which songs are good, which songs are bad, because they're all on my playlist. And most of these streams are all from my playlist. Like, some of these songs, I don't think have actually ever been on a different playlist. And they're like, this one actually might. Can you check the playlists? I don't know if oh, you can right there. Okay, this one's on a couple other ones, right? But see, my playlist again. Let's go to a different song. Let's just look around. Playlists. All my playlists again. Okay. there's not a single other person that streamed this song besides my own playlists. This song would not have any streams if it wasn't for my playlist. Okay. That is why I'm growing and you are not. It's because you are not running your own thing and putting in the effort. And it's not much effort. It's not a lot of effort, okay? And I'm going to show you now how you could do the messaging, like I said in the last thing, okay, to grow even more. Now, a lot of you are probably going to click off here because as soon as I mentioned messaging, a lot of you left. The average view duration was right until I mentioned messaging, and then it just plummets, okay? I expected that. I knew it was going to happen. Most people don't want to spam message people, and that's completely fine. But it works, and it's probably the easiest way to grow. Like, I can't show you stats to show you how much. I wish I could show you stats to show you how good it was, but those stats just unfortunately don't exist. There's no like no way for me to know every person I message if they actually followed or not, or if they're lying to me when they say they followed. There's no way to tell, and if it would just take too much effort to figure out if they tell. So I'm going to show you how now. Okay, so you're on your playlists, your whatever account, okay? 2020 sad face. I put that because 2020 was a shit year. You want to grow your playlist. So you want to grow your account now. Where do I find all these 7,000 followers? How did you find 7,000 people interested in lo-fi? Boom. Look at all of these potential audience members. These could be your fans. They could be my fans. They could be anybody's fans. These fans are all up for grabs. These people are following a big lo-fi account, okay? It means they're probably more of an introductory level. They're just getting into lo-fi and stuff. All you gotta do is message these people and they will bite. And they will message you back and say, hey, oh, thanks for messaging me. I'll check out your music, or thanks for letting me know, or thanks. Simple things, they'll message you back. This is going to go on forever. And I can scroll. I don't know if it's going to keep letting you. There you go. Okay. It's going to scroll for a long time. There's like 9,000 people that saw this post or like this post. Okay. You can also follow any of these people that comment, right? These are all people that are active humans. Like 99% of them are probably humans that are active, that are interested in lo-fi and are willing to probably listen to the music. Okay. Now the next step is just have a good song that they'll listen to and somewhere to go to listen to the song, which is your own playlist. Okay. Because let's really look at it. So you're a new person. Okay. You just got a link to an artist. Let's go to myself, for example. Okay. You got a link to this. This is the first thing you would see if you got like a link to me. Okay. You're going to see my top songs. Okay. And this is what they're going to do if you were just advertising your artist page. They're going to click this. If they don't like it, they're going to pause and leave. And they're gone. Let's be honest. Maybe a couple of them will listen to the second song. Click it. Okay, I didn't like that one. Let's leave. Maybe a couple more will keep going down. But a majority of them are going to listen to your first song and potentially never listen to another song after that. But now if you have your own playlist, this is the first thing they see. And when they click play, it's going to be something random. It might not be your song, okay? But the awesome thing and the really cool thing about the genre we are in, okay, is it's background music, okay? I don't mean that in like a derogatory or a mean thing, but everybody listens to lo-fi, study music, chill hop in the background. It's not something you're like beeping and jamming to while you're playing video games. It's something that's there for you to listen to. So most people, they're going to click play on your playlist and they're just going to leave it running, okay? They're not going to keep listening. They're not going to do anything else. They might listen to the first song, and if they don't like it, they might skip, okay? Some of them are probably going to stop, okay? But the difference was between these two, right, was this was just you. If they don't like you, they're going to stop listening right away. But if they, for some reason, like, obviously, I have a bunch of songs on this playlist. If some reason they don't like my music, they're gonna like somebody else's music on here, okay? And they're gonna like, I don't know what the word like, since they like their music, they're gonna listen to my music because it's on my playlist, right? That's the simplest way. I don't know the word for it. But coincidentally, something like that, they're going to listen to my music somehow, some way. They're going to listen to my music, even though it wasn't even my song that they might have heard. Okay. There's way better music than mine. 100% way better music. There's tons of artists that make better music than me. Okay. But they don't get the same numbers like this. Okay. Now, there's nothing super easy or hard or one way that's going to boom you to the top. You got to just keep grinding step by step by step by step. Okay. You got to keep going. There's no reason not to. I've shown you how, like, if you can't go on your phone when you're going to the washroom, click the search button on Instagram, click a big lo-fi page, and then message a couple people. Like, why? Why would you not do that? Like, imagine you're outside, like you're a brand new artist, okay? And like you're doing this in IRL life, okay? You're at a public place or something, okay? And you're like, oh, I'm gonna handle these brochures, okay? You don't want to handle. That's what you're doing. You're handing out brochures or you're handing out this. All you're doing is giving somebody the potential, okay? But if you never give that potential, you're never going to have that like potential, like, you know, I don't know if you guys took physics, but in physics, you have to have potential energy, right? Like you have the potential energy and becomes the actual energy or whatever. Okay. You got to have the potential first. You're not going to get results if you don't have any potential. You have to have the people, at least maybe they're going to click it. They might not, but there's a chance. And the more people you message, the more highly the chance that one of those people is going to keep going. It's like the law of masses, the law of statistics, whatever you want to call it. But like the more people eventually you do it, like somebody's going to bite. Like, you're not going to sit here messaging people for hours and no one's going to listen. It's eventually going to work. And it obviously does work, or I wouldn't be where I am. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, as you can see, it's my third biggest playlist. And these two are just really big playlists, so I can't really compete with those ones yet. Someday, just not today. But yeah, there's some other things like I would like to go over, discuss, but I don't know really how to describe some things. Like, it's hard. Like, one thing I'd like to say is, let's just think now you have 1 hour to delegate time. Let's just zoom this in. Sorry. You have 1 hour. Okay. You have 1 hour of your life to delegate. Okay. What do? Do you spend 20 minutes making music? You spend 20 minutes music, 20 ads, 20, well, I don't know what else, socials. Okay. What do? So if you're making music within like these 20 minutes, okay, you have to delegate. Like, can you make a song if you have this hypothetical 1 hour and 20 minutes? Probably not. So, okay, so now we have an extra 30 minutes, okay? Do you really need to look at your ads every day? Probably not. Now we have 60 minutes just dedicated to our socials, okay? Now we dedicate of that time in our socials 10 minutes to messaging. And then the rest can be whatever endless scrolling. Like, it's that easy. If you can't delegate any time of your life to just message people and ask, hey, you want to check out my music? You're going to fall behind. It's straightforward. I don't know how else to explain like how easy time delegation is. Like, I'm horrible at time management. I get anxiety over time, okay? But I understand this, okay? You just have to. You could do this with you say you only have 1 minute. You have 1 minute of your life. You want to do something right now, but you can't figure out what you want to do. Think to yourself, what can I do in this 1 minute if I have only 1 minute of free time? Can I really do an ad campaign in 1 minute? Probably not. Am I going to be able to make a song in 1 minute? Definitely not. If you can make a song in a minute, you're a god, okay? But in 1 minute, you can message probably 10 people. Easily. You can message 10 people. And boom, you're already like, I think you can message 50 to 100 people. You're 10% of like what I would do in a day sometimes in 1 minute. And it only took you a minute. There's nothing that's cost money. Like, it doesn't cost any money. I showed you the exact way you find these people. Sorry, I have so many tabs open, right? I showed you exactly how you do it. You can do this with a bunch of different lo-fi pages, okay? I recommend you stick to bigger ones so there's more of like audience members. Like anybody like Lo-Fi Fruits is another good one. You want people with like a lot of comments and likes and stuff, right? You want big pages with lots of likes. Like if you go to a small page, they might not like it because they might know who you are even, okay? But these people don't know who you are. They don't care who you are. They're not going to get mad at you for messaging them. And a lot of them don't even know how you, some of them will be like, oh, wow, how did you know I like lo-fi? Wow, thanks. I really like lo-fi. And it's like, well, I kind of knew that already. It's kind of like what I laugh about in my head, right? I'm literally giving them the content that they're seeking in their DMs. And they're going to listen to it because that's what they wanted to listen to. But they just didn't have anybody giving it to them. And I gave it to them. It's very straightforward though. Like you can easily message 10 people in a minute. Like I could probably do 20 in a minute if I were really like on my game. But could easily do 10 people in a minute. And you probably shouldn't do that many people in a minute. I'm just showing you how easy it is. Okay. And if you want to get to the similar results I got, that's all you got to do. 1 minute of your time. Okay. Thanks very much.